Good evening, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a pleasant night. So, tonight I am reacting to Chantal's newest videos, the couples vlog where she and Salah went on a walk on the beach, and also the newest food video that she put out. But before we get into that, let's address something else. And there's no need to address it multiple times, just one time, and so I am. So let's talk briefly about what happened last night. Those of you that come to my channel, that you are in the community, going around to the other different reaction channels, then you know exactly what I'm referring to. The situation that happened with Kaya Simons. Uh, as you guys know, I like to go over to Kaya's channel and watch her content and talk with her and listen to her. A lot of people enjoyed Kaya's content. Well, Kaya did a live last night, and uh, to be honest, when I saw the live, I just peeked in. All I knew was she had a title for the live saying, Addressing the Rumors. And my first thought was, well, what rumors? What is she talking about? And I was, looking around, what rumors does she mean? Because you guys see, I go on Twitter, I show you guys stuff in my Twitter feed. I actually looked around on Twitter to see what she might be referencing, and I couldn't find anything. So I went into her live, and she was very, very upset. And I was just sitting there listening, and a lot of people that were subs for Kaya, they weren't really clear on what was going on either. And then Kaya started to talk and share what was going on, but it was kind of vague. It was still really confusing. And the most that was said was uh, this person that a video was made about, it's their story to tell, and we will tell it 5 days from now. So there wasn't a whole lot of answers about what was what. And of course, girl world being what it is, a lot of people started to look around just to get some answers. And the answers that were found were shocking. A lot of people feel the same way that I feel right now. With all the details that have been shared, with all the things that have been found out, a lot of people are saying, I can't stand with this. I just can't. I won't. Without sharing too many details of myself, I'd like to say that without saying too much, let's just say the situation that has been talked about, it hits way too close to home, way too close. And I'm on the side of the victims. I'm never going to be on the side of someone who profits off of other people in that way. And then they get on camera and say they have no remorse about what they did. We'll never be on that person's side, no matter what they have to say. So, for those of you that are on my channel, that you enjoy Kaya's content, it is not for me to tell you where to go and who to watch. It's not for me to control, your goings on YouTube. But considering everything that's been shared, I will no longer be going to Kaya's channel and watching her content or being part of the chats. And I will leave it up to all of you how you want to spend your time and what you want to do. I'm not your boss. I'm not your mama. I'm not here to control anybody. But for me, that is just my personal choice based on the things that I have found out, which are very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. So, with that said, Let's go on to the actual react, shall we? Because that's what you're here for. But I wanted to get that out of the way first and discuss before we proceed. And like I said, I'm not going to address it many, many times. There's no need. We just, I'm giving my thoughts and that's it. Okay. So let's start with the desert vlog that she put up with Salah. So what did Chantal do? Chantal took a little walk with Salah out in the desert. I don't know why she did this. She has shown herself walking along the beach with Salah. Why would they do this again? It feels like they're recycling old ideas for content. If anything, all this walk did was prove just how out of shape and unhealthy she really is, because she went on the beach or the desert and she walked for 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. And it wasn't out in the day, it was at night where the temperature is cooler. And just being out and doing a walk for 10 minutes, her face was beet red. Uh, it was a mess, and you guys are going to see. So let's start from here and go forward. And don't worry, you haven't missed much. All she did was get a coffee. I think she got a coffee, but you're not missing much. But I'm starting at like a minute in.
Here we go, Latif.
Yeah, so it's desert heat out there, y'all. Let me just set the stage for y'all. It's desert heat. It's summertime. Even at night, it's going to be extremely hot. Where are they going? They're going to a cafe to get her a coffee. Chantal, do you know nothing about coffee? Coffee is a diuretic. It makes you pee. That's the last thing you should be drinking out in the desert and walking.
So,
My favorite.
الله يعافيك يا رب. الله. شكرا.
I got an iced Americano. So just Americano with ice, no sugar, no milk, nothing.
Well, look at you trying to be all simple and classic. And look at me. I don't have a dessert in a cup today. I just have iced coffee. But you're drinking the iced coffee before you go for a walk, when you should be drinking just straight water.
Actually, really, really good.
And my ice mocha.
Yum. Enjoy all the sugar, baby.
Okay. You know why I'm laughing? Because the drink that he's drinking, that's the drink I'm sure Chantal would have preferred. She wants her dessert in a cup. I'm sure that if she had her choice, she'd want to switch drinks with him. I mean, she's over there drinking just straight coffee, watery coffee, and he's got the dessert in a cup, and she would rather have that instead.
Baby. Is it good?
Wow, perfect.
Nice.
Do you think that we're gonna be able to see in the dark?
No. So we're gonna have to put the lights on us.
All eyes on us. All eyes on us. All lights on us.
When we're in the desert, all lights on us. All lights on us.
Oh yes.
You know, they're supposed to be a married couple. And even after several months of being around each other, they do not know how to fake being a couple the right way. Even after several months of being around each other, they don't have any kind of synergy. They don't have any kind of connection. Nothing. Every single encounter, it just feels awkward. It just feels wrong. I mean, the kind of energy they have between the both of them, it feels like two people who got on an airplane that don't know each other and they're sitting next to each other. And it's just like, I don't want to sit next to you. You don't want to sit next to me, but we're on the same flight. We can't change seats. So we just gotta ride this out and just try to be polite to get through this flight.
Okay, so let's give it a try.
Yella. I'm scared.
You know what I don't like? I don't know what happened to Chantal when she went to Kuwait. When she was with Nader, she did not talk nor act like an infant. What is going on with Salah that she went over there and she talks now like a toddler? She's infantizing herself. What happened? What is going on with this? I don't like it. It's creepy. Chantal, you're 39 years old. Why are you acting and talking like a little kid? Whining like a little kid. It's not attractive at all, ma'am. Please stop.
Baby,
Yes, sweetheart.
I'm thirsty. I need water, please.
Do you hear her? She's talking like a little kid. Baby, I need water. I'm thirsty. She never talked like this before. It's just ew. Chantal, he is an older man. He is not a child. Why are you using that infant voice? It's so creepy. Can you please cut it out?
Sure. Here, baby.
Oh, how'd you do that?
Magic.
Oh, no, no, no. We're not doing the music. No, we're not. No, no, we're not doing it.
Oh yeah, baby. Yes. So let's try walk here.
Okay.
It's too many up and down.
You know where this is giving me flashbacks of? Now, I don't know how many of you have been around and how long you've been around for very long, but if anybody remembers when Chantal was in Canada, when she would go to the park and she would do her walks, she found a park that she would drive literally out of her way to go to this park. And she would wait until there was literally nobody around before she would get out of the car just to walk for a couple of minutes and then go home. I'm getting the same vibe right here. So Salah has found this stretch of beach or desert where there's nobody, and that's where they're taking their walk. Is there people over there? Hold on, I see. Oh, back here? Sorry. What is this over here? I can't really see. I can't tell if it's people. No, it's not people. Looks like furniture. I don't know, but it's dark. And he's taking her in the middle of nowhere just so she can walk for 10 freaking minutes.
Everywhere is bumpy.
Very bumpy here in the desert. We have a good SUV, but still.
Okay, so maybe here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll keep the car lights open, by the way. Okay.
Okay.
I'll keep it on. Yalla.
So apparently I read just now in the car that there's an Arabian Gulf snake that is 10 times more venomous than the king cobra. And I hope we don't encounter any of those.
She's like, oh my God, I hope that a snake doesn't bite me. You're only going to be there for 10 minutes. You drove all the way out there for a 10-minute walk. You're not going to be there for that long, Chantal.
Yalla, Abby, let's go walking.
Okay.
Yalla.
Whose idea was this? Was it his idea? Was it her idea to go walking along the sand late at night? Who suggested this idea? Is Chantal trying to build up her stamina so she can get on an airplane and go home? Chantal, if this is what you're trying to do, it's going to take more than just walking for 10 minutes, like once a month, to make it happen. Oh, by the way, Chantal, nice music. Tell me you watch Erie without telling me you watch Erie. That's her break music. I know you both use KindMaster, but it seems kind of more than a little coincidental that on more than a couple of occasions you use some of the music that I've used and you use some of the music that she's used. Doggone it, get your own music. Yep, that's Erie's break music.
Okay, so we're gonna set the alarm for 10 minutes. I'm gonna do 10 minutes of walking to start. So, I haven't been very active lately.
No kidding.
We go everywhere by car. So I thought to start, I would take a nice walk in the desert. And I have my ice Americano. I'm finishing.
Why would you listen? Why would you, if you're in really bad shape, why would you get coffee for a walk? Is the thinking that with the caffeine in the coffee, that's going to give you some kind of energy so you can make it through a 10-minute walk? If that is the thinking, Chantal, if you need coffee just to make it through a 10-minute walk, you're really, really out of shape. You're really, really in trouble. We're not even 3 minutes into the walk, and you're already huffing and puffing and out of breath. You might want to lay off the shisha.
So, I'm gonna walk for another 10 minutes. Walked a little bit together.
Look at their shadows. And you know what? I'm not being rude. This is just something that I'm noticing. The way she's walking. Like there's not a normal gait here. Very stiff-legged.
10 minutes to start because I have very limited.
See how, like, curious question, Chantal. Is something wrong with one of your legs? Because the way you're walking, I'm just getting a sense like something is wrong with one of your legs.
Mobility right now with the humidity.
You guys see that? Like the way she's walking? That's not a normal relaxed gait. It just kind of feels like something's wrong with one of her legs.
My asthma.
You know, I question that. I question her about her asthma. I know she has an inhaler, but I'm just going to put this out there to my audience for anybody out there who has asthma. Anybody out there that has it or has dealt with it, is it possible to have asthma and be smoking the shisha the way that she's been smoking it? Wouldn't that aggravate the problem or the condition? Because she goes after the shisha like nobody's business. And I know that asthma, it affects your lungs, makes it hard to breathe, but with her smoking the shisha so intensely, like she's talking about her asthma, but the shisha, I'm sure, is not good for that.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of sand dust. Whew. Creepy. I think mall walking is nice, but I'm looking out for weird snakes or something.
Yeah, you know that her and Salah have talked about going to a mall where it's air conditioned and walking around. And yes, she would be in the air conditioning, but Chantal does not like to be around people. the bigger she gets, the less she wants to be around people, the less she wants people to see her. See, Chantal likes to say to all of us, like she has no problem with her size. But Chantal, I remember when you first started doing videos for your channel, you were in the 300s and you were a lot more mobile and you were out in the public more with no problem. The bigger you've gotten, the less you want to be around people. I mean, look at you now. You're in the 500s and you are so insecure about your size and so embarrassed about it that in order to take a walk, just to get some exercise, you had Salah drive you out in the middle of the desert where there's no one.
It's very busy in malls. And when you're huffing and puffing and sweating, it can be embarrassing sometimes. But, I don't get embarrassed too much, thankfully, but still. Probably do a mall walk soon. So it's actually not.
Chantal, you live in an apartment building where there's a workout area right downstairs. There's like treadmills and whatnot downstairs. There's also a swimming pool. Since you are a night owl and you like to be up late at night, I don't know if the apartment building would let you swim in the pool late at night, but you could go down there and swim and get your stamina going. And swimming is actually very good for people who are overweight or obese or super morbidly obese because it helps to balance out your weight in the water. So you've got a swimming pool, which would be really good for exercise. You've got some workout machines. And if you didn't want to use either one of those, I don't know how long you're going to stay in Kuwait, but get a freaking treadmill and you can put it in the house and walk on it and get your walks right there in the air conditioning. I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. It's not that there's not ways to do things, it's just that you don't want to do them.
Not that hot, humid. Still in the 30s. It wasn't 50 today, it was 39.
Okay, now hold on a minute. Look, I'm in the United States and we do things in Fahrenheit. So let's see, Fahrenheit. Okay, Celsius. He's giving everything in Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so she said 39. Ooh, okay, 39 degrees Celsius is 102 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still really, really hot. That's some yucky weather. Ugh. That's more than she can handle. I knew days in Cali that were over 100 degrees. When you get so hot that you can't even think. Your brain just wants to shut down. So Chantal likes everything to be cold anymore. So it's 102 degrees. I don't know what the temperature is right now during this vlog, but it was 39 degrees Celsius. So
the temperatures drop. What is that? There's something. I don't want to go near it. Sometimes there's desert dogs and everything. What is that?
it looks like a cat.
That was just a trash bag. Is it moving? Salah had to take a call, so he's all the way down there. This, I don't know what it is. Is it just a trash bag?
Chantal, you can't tell by looking at it. Your eyesight has really gotten bad. I love this. So she's at, is it the beach or the desert? So she's walking in the dark all by herself. And Salah had to go take a call. You know, he's poor Salah. He's been dealing with Chantal for months. And so they're coming out to the desert to take a walk for 10 minutes. And he's like, "You go on ahead, babe. I'll be right there. I had to take a call." You know, he's just taking his couple of minutes away from Chantal. He's like just relishing it. Relish in the desert? Yeah. He's enjoying the couple of minutes away from her. This should prove to y'all how much he doesn't like her. It's dark and she's walking by herself and he's not even right next to her.
What is that?
Oh, Chantal, you're being dramatic. Look at you adding in the copyright free horror music. There's nothing wrong. You're just taking a walk.
Is that you? Oh my god! I thought you were still in the car.
Where do you go there?
What is this?
Freak out?
Yeah, I thought you were somebody coming to talk to me, and I'm like, what the heck?
But here it's dark. I don't know why.
It's okay, I have my light. It's all darkness now.
So it's not even a 10-minute walk. She just walked for 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes, I guess, one way, 5 minutes back the other way. She's already out of breath. She's already spent.
You scared me so bad. I was about to yell for you.
Chantal, you're in the middle of the desert. Who in the world would possibly come along that would want you? What are you expecting to happen? Somebody's gonna drive up in a car and take you away.
That's funny, huh?
Yeah. I thought this was a snake. I'm freaking out.
Don't worry, baby.
So, when it hits 5 minutes, we'll start heading back.
So it's not even at the 5 minute mark and she's already out of breath.
Oh, has it been 5 minutes?
Yeah.
We gotta go back now.
5:18, 17, 16.
Woohoo! Okay. So we'll take 5 more minutes to go back. Yeah, as I was saying, it was 39 today. It used to be 50, mid-July or so. So the weather's cooling down, right, babe?
Now it's combining between heat and humid. So will be total yikes.
Yeah, totally yikes. Is the winter humid?
In the winter, no. There's no humid.
So it starts getting cool in October, you said, eh?
The cool starts, yes, in October. Yeah, but the humid will finish as soon as August finish. Nice.
Okay, yeah, it's humid. This is the first time I feel humidity like this in Kuwait.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think you're feeling the humidity, Chantal. I'm thinking that you're feeling the fact that you're actually sweating because you're actually doing something besides sitting on your living room floor eating. You're experiencing what it's like to walk around and sweat.
Kind of hard, but
You're giving your body something to do besides digesting the next meal.
Yeah. Actually, I was in for a rude awakening. I'm from Canada, for those of you who are new.
and I am Syrian.
Yeah. But Canada's like minus 30 in the winter, so.
Wow, that's cool.
When I first came to Kuwait, it was hot. Leaving the airport was like right on my face, like a heat face hugger.
Yeah.
Are you saying all this to get people to feel sorry for you, Chantal? Even before you went to Kuwait, people were warning you about It's hot in Kuwait. It's the desert. You're a Canadian. You're from Canada. It's a colder climate. Everybody warned you it was going to be hot. Are you trying to elicit sympathy from people? Because we'll give you none. We told you what it was before you went there.
Totally different environment, actually.
Yeah,
So hard.
yeah. So now I walk like a penguin, but soon I'm gonna walk like a cheetah.
Whoa.
And how are you going to do that, Chantal? Do you think that by consuming 6,000 calories a day is going to turn you into a cheetah? Do you really think so? Because that's not going to happen.
You can do it, baby.
Thank you.
I count on you.
Inshallah. How much time we have left, babe?
2 minutes.
How much time do we have left? That translates to I'm really, really tired. I'm spent. Can we get back in the car now? Chantal, like, take this walk and let it show you just how out of shape and unhealthy you are. You're taking a walk at night. You're not even 10 minutes into it and you're done. I could go walk anywhere I want right now for more than 10 minutes and come home and I'd be perfectly fine. But you're not fine because you're hundreds and hundreds of pounds overweight. You've got a lot of visceral fat packed around your organs, which is dangerous. Remember back when you started your channel? You weren't in this kind of shape. You are now, though. So your health or your lack of health is up to you.
Okay. We can do this.
Inshallah.
The only thing hard.
Look at her face. A 10-minute walk and her face is shiny. Just from 10 minutes. She's done. And you want to know why you're done, Chantal? Let me put it in perspective for you. Let me just really break it down for you. You're 5 feet tall. I'm 5'3". I weigh, last time I checked, in about 130. You know, I need to find a working scale, but somewhere around 130. You're 5 feet tall, and you're somewhere in the 500s as far as your weight. And you carry a lot of your weight in the front of you. A lot of it is in your abdomen. Consider this. Because of the massive amount of weight you carry in the front of you, that's like having the weight of 1 or 2 adults attached to the front of you at all times, and you can't put it down. So you're carrying the weight of 1 or 2 of me in the front of you. Is it any wonder that your back hurts? Is it any wonder you're having trouble moving? You're shorter than me, but you're 2 to 3 times as heavy. And because of all that extra weight in the front, you're having trouble moving, all of you.
Is my breathing sweaty?
It's okay, baby. We have the first aid kit here.
2 more minutes.
Yeah, you know what's sad about this is that she's talked about, oh, Salah and I are going to travel. We're going to go places. We're going to do things. Girl, you're in the desert. You're taking a 10-minute walk. Just a 10-minute walk. How in the world would you be able to walk through an airport with Salah to go anywhere? Because it takes more than 10 minutes to walk through that airport. How would you even make it? How would you travel alone or with Salah? How would you see the world if, a 10-minute walk and you're done?
It's 1 minute more.
Oh, yeah.
So regarding the timer now, 44 seconds remaining. Now, turn around and go back to the car. During this walking, we'll
Look at her. That labored breathing. That's serious. That is so incredibly serious. A 10-minute walk and she's breathing heavy like that, like she just ran the longest marathon in the world.
See, the time finished.
Yay! My love.
6, 5, 4, 3.
You know what Salah's thinking right now? He's thinking, this is so sad. This woman who's pretending to be my wife, she's talking about traveling. She's talking about getting in shape. And for a 10-minute walk on the sand, just a 10-minute walk, it's so severe on her that she actually asks for a timer. 10 minutes is too much for her. Get it through your head, Salah. She ain't going nowhere except back home to Canada. Whatever she's telling you about, oh, we're going to go travel, we're going to go see things, dude, get it through your head. She's in no shape to travel. If she can't manage a 10-minute walk on the sand, how in the world is she going to travel anywhere except for the bathroom?
2, 1.
Woohoo! We did it.
Okay, Mary, how do you feel now?
I have a bit of chest pain. I feel hot, but I'm okay.
Excellent.
Yeah. And I'm doing this while fasting, intermittent fasting. Nothing but the Americano. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Thanks for the support, babe.
Anything for the health of my love.
Oh, God. You two can just knock it off right now. Listen, we've known from the jump that this whole thing has been a paid arrangement. You two don't love each other. It's just a business transaction gone wrong. I mean, Salah, we can look at a picture of you when this whole thing started and look at a picture of you now. We can see the stress on your face, bro. We can see and we can tell you are dying to put her on that plane and send her back home to Canada because she's driving you mad. I bet you're counting down the days until she goes back home. Because when she does, you can be partying it up. Not that I'll blame you, though. You hate all of this. Except for the money. You like that part. But you hate all of this.
Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. So, baby, I'm starving now. I want to go eat.
Let's go.
Yalla.
Yalla.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
مع السلامة.
Bye.
So that was the desert vlog. And let's do something a little bit different. I forgot to do something that I normally do at the start of this video. Let's go over here to Twitter. There's not much to see on Twitter tonight. But the little bit that I did find, I'd like to show you because some of it is really cool. Some of it will make you smile. And we'll get started on the food video. Okay, talking about Salah and Chantal. Nene says that was scripted. I think that was one of the worst ones yet. Great idea going way out into the desert to walk. Face red as fire before she even started. Stopping to get her strong coffee first. Probably no inhalers with her. And surprise, at the end she's having chest pains. Well, maybe the chest pains are because she smokes that shisha like like it owes her rent. Like it's going out of style. Maybe lay off the shisha, Chantal, and you can breathe better. Okay, this is from Oddly Terrifying. And this, my friends, is a moose. Look at the size of the moose next to a vehicle. That's why I tell you, if you ever see a moose and it's minding its business, then you mind your business. They are wild animals. They're not tame, and they are nothing to be played with. Look at the size of that majestic animal. It's beautiful and terrifying all at the same time. Like, whoa. When an animal is bigger than your car, yeah, it's give it some room. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, now this is funny from Yog. His life flashed before his eyes. The cat jumping on top top. The cat scared the crap out of him when he saw the afterlife. Oh my god, I laughed for about 10 minutes when I saw this. Oh, I can't. It's too late. I can't laugh too loud. All right. What else do we have here? I said we didn't have much, and I meant it. Okay, so that's it. Let's go on to the food video. I want to put these two together because there's no sense in making two videos. So here's Chantal trying to eat a healthy meal. Good luck with that, Chantal. We know this won't last long. The diet boxes didn't last. This is just all for show. But let's hear what she has to say.
Craving something fresh and yummy like this. So
No, you didn't. You never crave anything fresh and yummy and healthy. It might be just to pacify Salah for 5 minutes.
I'm gonna say Bismillah. Thank you for the food, and let's dig in. So let's just spread this on here. This is pomegranate molasses, which is just a molasses made out of pomegranates. And I'm just gonna have some water because I'm trying not to drink sugary drinks. Yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna eat this with a spoon because it is chopped very finely, and they eat with spoons mostly here. I've noticed for everything. Hi, baby girl.
What, you're not going to eat with your fingers? But Chantal, you're very fond of eating with your hands.
So here we go. Mmm. Can you move your ears? Okay, let's try this cabbage mashi. Yum, oh my gosh. And it's a hot dish.
Oh. I'm not looking at the food right now. I'm looking at her reactions to the food. That look after she took the first bite. She didn't love it. She did not love it. She's always going for the fast food because she gets that brain explosion of dopamine. Like when she sits down to eat food, it's not to eat food to give herself energy to go do anything. She's looking for that dopamine rush. And she's not getting it off this food. And she's angry about it.
Come here, please.
She's kind of let down and disappointed.
Come.
That's because food is not supposed to get you high, Chantal. It's just stuff you put in your body so you can have energy to go out and do stuff.
I have to like get her away with something, so bottle cap. Go play! Go! Go play! Go! Meal times are a hassle. What can I say?
Well, maybe if you fed her before you started up your video, she wouldn't give you a problem. Or played with her for a while and tired her out.
Some people have asked me, I saw some comments, and I've gotten personal messages, people asking me, you know, what is the hardest thing for you about being a revert, Muslim revert?
كيف المحاشي with you, baby?
You know, I seriously doubt anybody is writing to Chantal or emailing Chantal or leaving comments for Chantal asking her these questions because she's done many videos on these subjects explaining what it is to be a revert and all kinds of information about that. So why is she addressing it again? There's no need. And honestly, if anybody wants to find out information or know any information about reverting, about what it is to be a Muslim person, my best advice is don't go to Chantal because she's not going to be a wealth of information. You know, she picks and chooses, and she doesn't have the faith in her heart anyway. Go to someone else who's knowledgeable and, you know, it's more true to form.
Mmm,
Nice.
delicious mahashi.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. You want to try?
Thank you. I have my massive lahan.
I'll save you some.
Now I know that she doesn't like it. Since when does Chantal share her food? If she's sharing it, it's because she doesn't like it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I forgot my drink.
Ah,
My laban with massive lahan.
enjoy your mansif.
You too.
So people ask me a lot, what is the toughest part? Like I said, about being a Muslim revert, something that you found difficult, because there are a lot of difficulties that I've encountered, mostly personal. Let's try the tomato. So I'll go into that a bit. Number one, and I think it's probably obvious, is dealing with emotions, anger, learning to develop sabr, a moderate, cool attitude, keeping that kindness no matter what. And that is very hard, kind of not arguing back, backbiting, no demeaning people's character.
Okay. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. So those of you that are on my channel, you know that Chantal has been going back and forth with Music Biz Marty. Recently, like she started the whole thing off by defending a PDF file, which she had no business defending. She decided on her own to defend this person, which caught the attention of Music Biz Marty. And Chantal, being Chantal, in true Chantal fashion, rather than realize her mistake and apologize, she doubled down and she did a video where she was making threats to Marty, talking about her family having crossbows and all that kind of nonsense. She was insulting Marty and insulting people in his community, and people warned her not to do that because Marty and his crew, his community, they don't play by the same rules as Girl World. A lot of people warned Chantal to walk it back, take it back, apologize, or at the very least, shut her mouth. And she didn't do those things. She just kept escalating everything to the point where she's lost quite a bit in subs, almost 1,000 subs. Marty has said that anybody who's a VIB, your name can potentially be on a list and information is being found out. And a lot of people are freaking out. And although Chantal could shut down the memberships and tell people, look, I'm just going to shut down the memberships, the super chats and all that. I don't want anybody to be hurt. She's selfish, only thinking of herself. So right now she's saying, as a revert, I have to learn to control my temper and be more even tempered. Yeah, you do. Even if you were not a newly reverted Muslim woman, you still need to do that. You don't know when to shut your mouth. You don't know when to apologize. You know, in every story, you have to be the victim or the hero. You just can't stand aloof, Chantal. Your big mouth is what gets you in trouble. And now a lot of people are backing away from you because they don't want to be affected by what you're doing. So this meek, modest Miriam act, this is just an act. This is you hemorrhaging subs and members and super chats, and you don't want to lose any more than you've already lost. You don't give a doggone about your temper or being a modest woman. It's about realizing, maybe for the first time in your life, there are consequences for your actions, that you can't just go around saying and doing whatever you want and getting away with it. Maybe for the first time in life, you're not getting away with it, and it's going to be a hard lesson to learn.
And I know people think, that's why I delete live streams or videos that don't put me in the best light or where I'm triggered with anger.
Listen, I've been reacting to Chantal for too long. I can tell you exactly why she's deleted so many live streams and so many videos. Because Chantal has been on YouTube long enough that she's figured out the system. She knows that if she's got something to say or something she's going to do that's offensive, that might be against the terms of service, she can do her live stream and she can do her video and put it out there and then quickly take it down. Even if people are watching the live stream and they're reporting as the live stream is happening, by the time YouTube hears about all the reports, the live stream is off her channel. She knows doggone well that the reaction channels are recording and that we'll react to it. But the point is, she wants to be able to say what she wants to say. And if it's off her channel, it's not a liability. She deletes her live streams for that reason. She's protecting her income by making sure that whatever she's done that's offensive, it's not sticking around long enough to where she might get a channel strike.
And I do it because I don't like to have that type of emotional response within myself. I don't like that on display. It's one of my weaknesses, having to try to be calm and collected in situations where I'm challenged, to be triggered.
Have a bite, baby.
This person, Chantal, she looks for reasons to be triggered. She looks for ways to be triggered. She goes out of her way looking for anything where her name is brought up. She goes around to the reaction channels. She goes on their community tabs. She goes in their live chats. She'll go on Twitter. She'll go on Kiwi Farms looking for anything where her name is brought up. Because, in a word, her content is reactionary. She's so lacking in original thought and idea, she looks to other people for ideas for content because she's literally run out of ideas. So she looks to see what people are saying about her. Nobody goes into her backyard and provokes her. She deliberately provokes herself. And that's the way it's always been.
This one massage with lahm.
Okay.
Massive lahm. How is it? Perfect.
It is really good. Here. Want to try a bite of mine?
Cabbage?
Bite for a bite. Yeah, you like the cabbage the most?
I would like to try it, yeah.
Okay. You will love this.
She's giving you the cabbage salad because she doesn't like it. Trust me, if she loved all of that, you wouldn't be getting a bite of it, bro. She only shares her food when she's not fond of it.
It's so good.
And another way that I can tell she's not loving it, that food is still in front of her. She's not devouring it at the speed of light.
Good, huh?
The spices with the cabbage and
I
rice,
know.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Like when she's really into something, normally she'll put her face down into a plate and she won't raise her head back up until it's all gone.
You're right.
Yummy.
She's picking out her food.
Yummy, man. So delicious.
Enjoy your food, hon.
You too, babe.
I'll save him some cabbage. I know he loves that.
You'll save it for him because you don't like it.
This is all I've had so far today. I had an iced Americano. And I did some exercise.
What? Walking for 10 minutes on a beach is not really exercise. For you, it might be. So you walked for 10 minutes and you get a great big meal afterwards. Okay, whatever you say, Chantal.
So maybe you'll see in my check out our couples vlog.
So that was the exercise. Her walking for less than 10 minutes on the sand.
We did some exercise in the desert.
That's not exercise, it's
Exercise for
walking.
me.
I guess by that definition, I did some exercise today too. I did housework. I guess that would qualify for cardio, maybe?
Everyone has their own pace, you know. So I did more walking than that because that's like additional walking based on like we had to go to a market.
Yeah, but you've already told us though, when you guys have to go shopping, you sit in the car with the air conditioning. He goes inside and does all the shopping. You don't go in with him.
But the humidity was so bad, I just didn't feel like filming. I didn't do much walking, but you know. Anyway, this is a stuffed tomato, by the way. So those are things that I struggle with, and sabr is like an Arabic word for like patience and kind of like stoicism. In Islam, we're taught to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through everything, any hardships.
You know what, Chantal? You can say what you want while you're in Kuwait. What I'm waiting for and what everybody else is waiting for is what's going to happen when you come back to Canada. That's going to be the true test of everything. When you are back on home soil and you're surrounded by all the temptations, what you're going to do. Are you going to give in to all of them? Some of them? None of them? My money is on the fact that you're going to give in to every single temptation that you've ever had. You're going to get off that plane. You won't even make it out of the airport. You'll see the Starbucks. You'll stop there first. Next stop will be the Burger King to get a Nashi, maybe 4 or 5 of them. After you get through eating your Nashis and drinking your Starbucks, you'll leave the airport. You might make a trip to the dispensary, maybe a trip to the outhouse. Yeah, maybe even a trip to see Natter. You'll indulge yourself that night because that's what happened the last time you came home.
And have patience and faith that he'll get, you know, help us with what's right for us. So because I'm not used to being religious, I've only been a revert for like 7, maybe 6 or 7 months. It's been adjustment for me to remember my faith when dealing with difficult situations and not be so reactionary.
You know what, Chantal? If you had any kind of respect for the Muslim people and the Muslim faith, you would get your big butt on a plane, go home to Canada, take off the abaya, take off the hijab, and just be your real authentic self. Just getting on camera, wearing the abaya, wearing the hijab, cursing, swearing, slandering, gossiping, being hateful, using profanity, being gluttonous on camera. It's awful. It's really awful. You had any respect for the Muslim culture, for the Muslim people, for the faith, you would do that. You would come home and just be your real self versus cosplaying being something you're not.
So that's been challenging for me. What else has been challenging is being judged as a revert. Not feeling like I'm good enough, not feeling like, you know, I'm good enough to be a Muslim. I have to remind myself that my relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my own, and no one has a right to judge that from the outside except for God. So this is like a vegetarian meal. Actually, it's a vegan meal, but because it's food I enjoy, I don't really notice.
Oh, please. What did she just say? It's food I enjoy. If you enjoy this kind of food, why don't you eat more of it? Why is it always burgers and fries and potatoes? Why not vegetarian food? You don't get to be 500 pounds eating vegetarian food, Chantal, at least not in your case. We've seen what you eat, tons and tons of carbs for no random reason. There's no reason for you to carb load. You don't exude massive amounts of energy. Carbs, sugars, fats, stuff you don't need, no nutrients. You love vegetarian food. How come this is the first time we've seen you eat it in forever?
Sometimes I crave just having something meatless, you know? So,
Serious question, Chantal. Are you worried about getting on a plane and coming back home to Canada? Like if you'll fit in the seats? Because, Mama, listen, you're going to need more than one seat. I say this as someone that have traveled on an airplane before. Those seats in economy are smaller. You are of a bigger size. You're gonna need 2 seats, possibly 3 to be comfortable. I don't know. But if you're flying economy, even if you fly the business class, 1 seat ain't gonna do it. You're gonna need 2 to be comfortable, to have everybody else around you be comfortable and safe. There's just no way around it. Even if you ate vegetarian meals for the next 3 weeks, you're still gonna need 2 seats. There's no possible way you're gonna lose a massive amount of weight in the next 2 weeks.
has been challenging for me. You know, I think a lot of new reverts go through that, and we need patience as well with people, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to. By the way, subhanahu wa ta'ala is something that you say after acknowledging Allah. Same thing as you would say peace be upon him when you are referring to the prophet or any prophets. Um, it's a learning experience. I mean, I'm not going to know everything. I'm not going to have the whole Quran read out in like 6 months or right away. So I'm just trying to be patient with myself and to learn patience myself and focus on my relationship with God and setting roots here and realizing.
Wait. What do you mean setting roots in Kuwait? You're not a citizen of Kuwait. You're just a visitor. You are a guest on a visa, and you have to come back home to Canada. So you can't set roots down in a country of which you are not a citizen, Chantal. You're just visiting, and you've already extended your visa once. You've got to come home.
Our goals, which is going to take so much work. I've just been, really horribly struggling with my eating disorder.
No, you're not. No, you're not. See, this is the part where I get mad at you. This is the part where I call you out on your BS. You've not been struggling. You've been leaning into your problem. You've been making it worse. Finding every way you can in the world to profit off of it and gather people to you that will keep it going. Looking for people who indirectly turn into enablers. They start out as members on your channel and they become enablers to your bad habits. So you're not really struggling to fix your problem. You're looking for ways to keep it going and make your health worse. And nobody should be supporting that nor enabling that. You're not trying to put a stop to your problem. You're doing everything in the world to keep it going because you're not ready to stop. Even though your health is bad, your mobility is crappy, you're struggling to breathe, you're struggling to move. Mentally, you're not ready. You're not even trying. You're putting on an act of struggling, but you're not struggling. You haven't reached that point yet where you've hit the wall and you can say, I can't go any further. I have to change things. I don't see it in your eyes, Chantal, that you're ready to change. I see you avoiding and jumping around and skipping around and tunneling under the problem rather than dealing with it.
And so, anyways, I my video got interrupted and now I forget where I was. But anyway, basically, another thing I struggle with is, moderation. Islam believes very much in moderation, especially when it comes to eating and drinking. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very merciful and forgiving, especially with people who have eating disorders or, mental health issues that can affect.
Can I say something without sounding offensive? Because it's not meant to be offensive. I think, this is my opinion only, I think when Chantal was in Canada, she lived a certain way. And then she got the idea in her head to go to Kuwait. And perhaps she thought to herself, I can wear an abaya and I can wear a hijab. And by wearing the abaya, it can cover up me gaining more weight. And the hijab kind of functions in much the same way, disguising, just how big her head and her neck and her shoulders were getting. And she also told us that she said that there were a lot of overweight, obese people in Kuwait. So she thought perhaps that she would just fit right in, that she wouldn't stand out. Also, because people of the Muslim faith, the Muslim culture, they are very understanding. They wouldn't yell at her for doing something wrong or correcting her. She thought, well, I can just do what I want and no one is going to correct me. So all these things that she thought about Kuwait, like she was looking for ways to enable all the wrongs, looking for a place where she would just fit in. She could gain a bunch more weight and nobody would say anything to her. So you went to Kuwait, Chantal, to eat. You went there to enable everything that was wrong with you rather than fix everything that was wrong with you. So to enable the wrongs, you're pretending to be something you're not.
Their food consumption, food was, going back to childhood, was such a comfort for me. And those habits that meant those mental blocks, everything, the disease, everything just makes it so hard to deal with. But, I really, really want to feel better and improve my health. And I want to be more moderate in every way, not just dress. I mean, it started with dress, with wearing the hijab, but I want to be moderate in my mood, with my
I'm just going to say it. The way that Chantal dresses now, it's not about choosing modesty and wanting to be more modest. It has nothing to do with modesty. Chantal did not desire to be more modest. What she wanted was for a way to cover up just how big she was getting. It's not about modesty, it's about her sense of insecurity and personal embarrassment over her weight.
temper, and I want to also apply that to food. So that's important to me, to really try to exercise that. Hopefully, can become addicted to the routine of this daily exercise, meeting my goal there. This will not cut easy. Hopefully.
Chantal, I mean, walking around is good for you. Can I just say this to you though? Listen, walking is, it doesn't get the heart rate up for too long, especially for 10 minutes. So even if you walked for 10 minutes every single night, you're not really burning that much in the way of calories. And if you're leading a very sedentary lifestyle, you don't need as many calories as you think. You really, really don't. If you're not doing much physically, you don't need that much in the way of calories. And you can scale back your portions and be perfectly fine.
I really want to try the kusa, zucchini. If you have not had stuffed zucchini, Middle Eastern style, you have to try it. So many different cultures have their own form of stuffed vegetables as well. So every time I veer off path, I will get right back on. And inshallah, I will learn these values that Islam teaches sooner than later. They're not easy for me.
So, big question, Chantal, are you participating in any kind of therapy for your food problem? Because if you're leaving that part out, it's a very important part. You've always needed that part, but that's the one part you keep neglecting.
But beneficial change never is. And that's because we have like lessons to learn in that, you know? Plain and simple.
Maybe the lessons that you need to learn right now, Chantal, is I need to be careful of everything that goes into my mouth and everything that comes out. I need to be more mindful of the things that I put in my mouth and the words that come out towards other people. You know, be mindful of your mouth.
Stuffed vegetables. I have this snack I've been eating. By the way, I'm going to have probably a yogurt after in a little while. If you guys like crispy, salty, kind of vinegary snacks, if you love salt and vinegar chips, you have to try salt and vinegar vegetables. I'm not even kidding, okay? You take your favorite.
You know, I'm sorry, I'm reading her body language. She is so unenthused to eat this meal. She's not happy about it. She's eating it to eat it. She's not happy though. Definitely not happy. Like she's going to eat some of this on camera to make it look like she's doing something. And then I guarantee you in like 15, 20 minutes, maybe even an hour, she'll want her junk food.
Favorite vegetables. Me, it's cherry tomatoes that are like sweet. Lebanese cucumber. They're so cheap here. You can get like
Blah, blah, blah. See, if Chantal, if you're interested in, you know, ways to fill up your stomach, kind of fool your stomach into believing that it's full, like you normally do, the smartest thing you could do is fill up on all of this. Looks like a salad. And fill up on all of this right here. And then eat a little bit of this over here. Because if your tummy is starting to feel full over here, you won't need much of any of this over here.
My favorite snack as a kid actually was cucumbers sliced up with
She's still talking about doggone food.
vinegar. I'm eating the green pepper.
I'm sorry. Listen, she's like a little kid who sat down to dinner with mom and dad, and mom has put something on the table she doesn't like. And mom has put this thing on her plate and said, "You have to eat this." She's picking at her doggone food, just swishing it around her plate.
So
look at that, shaking the head. I hate this. Look at her. She shook her head. I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I want my burger.
so yummy. Really.
No, it's not. I mean, I'm sure the food is lovely, but she doesn't like it. Not her favorite thing.
I'll just finish the green pepper, some salad, and then I'll be done.
Yeah, that's how you know she didn't love it. Because if she did love it, that plate would be clean. And if she liked the salad, she'd be finishing at least all of that. She finished one of the items and they would be gone, but she's not finishing either one of them. Look, look at that look. Look at that look. Look. Does that look like the face of someone who's enjoying what they're eating? Look at her, the bombastic side eye towards the salad. Oh no, the salad's gonna get it. The salad is going into the trash.
Those things have been a little, adjustment for me. But there's something I'm not going to give up with. Trying to change for the better, grow my character, be more resilient. Roca is very bitter. And there's like hardly any dressing on it, but there's dill in here. What's the big deal? So that's to answer your question about that. I also discovered when I went up today.
You know what I think, Chantal? I think nobody asked you questions about being newly reverted. You just need something bland to talk about while you eat your food. You just needed something to fill in the gaps of silence between your bites of food. You know nobody asked you about you being a newly reverted Muslim woman because you took your shahada a while ago and you explained all of it a while ago. You just needed something to talk about while you ate your food, and so you did.
That I wore pants, like jeggings, and one of these long shirts.
Okay, you know what? She's getting boring AF. And we only got a couple minutes left. We're done here. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here and have a wonderful morning.